Imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Visit forimprint.com.
For Imprint, for certain.
Hi, I'm Matt Veers, President of Fairburn Medical Supply. Fairburn is proud to be the official medical supply partner of the CCAA and the National Championships. Be sure to shop online at fairburn.com and take advantage of our school rebate program. Follow us on social media for monthly specials. We wish all the best to this year's participating teams and athletes at the National Championships, and thank you for your continued support.
Productivity is what drives us. It's our ability to look at the world and see opportunities, to innovate and design solutions, to unite people with a shared purpose, to make our communities better, healthier, stronger. At Red Deer Polytechnic, productivity is powered by people and purpose.
For Imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Visit forimprint.com.
For Imprint, for certain.
Welcome back to Setters Place, Red Deer, Alberta, for Game 2 on Day 2 of the 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer National Championships, the 34th hosting of the event, and we have the current hosts in action in this one. It's the second bronze quarterfinal as the Red Deer Queens face off against Brandon Bobcats from Manitoba. I'm your match commentator, Michael McCall, and I'll have the call for this one and throughout the tournament for you. And if you want to scan the screen just now, look at the QR code, you can take part in the WestJet prize raffle to help support Red Deer Kings and Queens Soccer Student Athlete Scholarships. Purchase a raffle ticket up until November 9th for your chance to win a round-trip flight for two to any regularly scheduled WestJet destination. So either scan the QR code or head along to rdpolytechathletics.ca/5050. You can also download digital championship programs, and if you're heading along here, make sure you check out the apparel store and pick up your CCAA championship gear. Also would like to take this moment to recognise the major sponsors for this year's tournament: Holiday Inn, Tourism Red Deer and Pattison Media. Thanks to all of them for their generous support in making the 2025 Women's Soccer National Championships a giant success. The team's just coming out to the pitch just now, and it should be an entertaining affair, and Red Deer, the hosts, will fancy their chances here of getting in to the bronze semi-final and maybe even advancing all the way to the bronze medal matchup on Saturday. The crowd's still filing in for this, resplendent in their crowns. And we'll get into the starting lineups for both of the teams. For the Brandon Bobcats, the MCAC champions, one change for head coach Diego Rodriguez from the team that started yesterday's defeat to Ahuntsic in the quarterfinal. In goals, number 1, Josie Black. Number 5, it's the one change, Brogan Henry, their leading scorer, coming in to start this one for the Bobcats. Number 6, Keisha Masters. Number 7, Regan Garnham. Number 8 is Mackenzie Boys. Number 10 is Sarah Switzer. Number 11, Emily Dornez. Number 12, Kennedy Jansen. Number 13, Georgia Hode. Number 14, Victoria Gonzalez Castillo. Number 18, Deborah Meron. And for the hosts, the Red Deer Queens, led by head coach Maziar Pero in his 6th season in charge of the team. One change as well for the Queens from yesterday's team that went down to that narrow and heartbreaking 1-0 loss to VIU Mariners from Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. And it's been a short turnaround for the Queens. That game last night finished around 7:30. They are back in action a mere 17 hours later. And in goal for them is Jessica Stewart, outstanding last night between the sticks. Number 4, Ava Ballon. Number 5, Grace Smith. Number 7, Zoe Fitzsimmons. Number 8, Olivia Lundell. Number 9, Sean Furiyama. Number 10, Paige Kofflesh. Number 11, Kaya Bray. Number 15, Peyton Eric. Number 18, Kennedy Van Aragon. And number 20, Yuri Umino. Kaya Bray, the only change to that starting lineup, coming in for this second game for the Queens. Now it's time for All Canada. The anthems are over, the action will get underway shortly, and it's a battle between the unranked hosts, the Red Deer Queens, the regular season record of 10-4-1, 2-1 in the playoffs, winning bronze medal in the ACAC Championships, and they take on the Brandon Bobcats, ranked 11th nationally. It's a 10-1-1 record, 2-0 in the playoffs, back at nationals after 3 straight MCAC championships, and it should be a fantastic matchup and a closely contested affair between these two teams. Red Deer, though, although being unranked, for me, go into this one as the favourites, even with the short turnaround, and we'll be getting the action underway shortly. The officials for this one: referee Shaylin Holdaway, first assistant referee Katrina van der Voort, second assistant referee Amaya Majevic, and the fourth official is Kelsey Carruthers.
Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal.
It's Brandon in the all yellow, going from left to right to kick this first half off. Red Deer Queens in the all green, they are going from right to left and standing over the ball. To get this one underway, Brandon's number 10, number 13, Georgia Holt. The long hair made that 3 look like a 0 initially for me. But I'm expecting a fast-paced affair in this one. Brandon, going into this year's championship, had only scored 1 goal at Nationals before. That came from Keisha Masters, and it was Masters who scored yesterday to tie up that game against Ohantik. But it's Red Deer in the early attack here with the first cross coming in, and I fully expect Red Deer to take this game to Brandon in the early going. It's an early injury here to Red Deer, and it's just not what you want just a minute into this one. Both teams will have drawn their plans up early, and hopefully nothing too bad here for Kaya Bray. And she's going off after getting the treatment here. We'll see if she's going to be good to continue. Bray, the only new face to this starting 11. Keep an eye on Bray over on the sideline as she gets checked out. I think she's going to be good to go. They don't seem to be warming anyone up, and yeah, she is going to be good to come back on here. That's going to be a key piece for this Red Deer attack. The rookie 18-year-old from Kamloops got a little bit of time in League 1 BC this past summer with Kamloops United. Red Deer pouncing on the loose ball here, and you can see that they are going to come out fast in this one. Last night's quarterfinal against VIU saw the Mariners really take the game to Red Deer in the opening minutes. But it was a great performance from Red Deer all round. Unfortunate not to find that equaliser last night to take the game to penalties. But they're on the front foot here. And Josie Black coming off her line bravely to dive at the feet there in the last touch, coming off the Queen's player, and it's out for a Bobcats goal kick. You can hear the wind really blowing out there. Warmer day. Just checking the temperature. 4 degrees, and actually feels 4 degrees, which is a big difference to yesterday where it felt like minus for most of the day. So perfect conditions for both of these sides, albeit a little bit windy out there as Brandon get their first foray forward in this one. It was an excellent first half performance from the Bobcats yesterday against many people's favourites for the championship there this year, the Ahuntsic Eagles. And Brandon trying to get some pressure on here. It had been a little bit more rest yesterday for the Bobcats. They were in action in the second game of the day at this time yesterday, so a standard kickoff time for the Bobcats. Winner of this game moves on to tomorrow's first bronze medal semi-final, and they will play the losers of the first gold medal semi-final, which is coming up next, and that will be between Garneau from Quebec City and the MSV Mystics from Halifax in Nova Scotia. Henry with the first look on goal for the Bobcats, cleared though. Brandon moving the ball around nicely, and the ball comes back here in the long range shot coming in there from Miron, the rookie from Nairobi in Kenya, getting the shot off there. And Miron down as a midfielder, but can play pretty much every position on that pitch aside from goalkeeper. Fourth on the team for goals and joint second in assists this year. Miron getting a scholarship through the USA-based sports recruiting agency as part of the True Talents of Africa programme, landing in Brandon and having a great rookie season for the Bobcats in the MCAC. And they're on the ball again just now. It's flicked out, looking to try and play in Henry. For the Bobcats, they need to get Brogan Henry very involved in this one. Didn't get the start yesterday. Getting the start this afternoon as the one change for Diego Rodriguez's side. 21 goals and 7 assists for Brogan Henry over this season. Georgia Hold 18 goals as well, and that is the two key performers, the number 13 for the Bobcats and the number 5 in Henry. And both of those players big attacking threats, and that is what the Queens will have to watch for, but they've got attacking threats of their own. As the cross comes in there from Paige Coughlin. Cross comes short there, but not troubling Josie Black. But Red Deer have their own attacking threats as well. Olivia Lundell, 14 goals so far, 12 in the regular season, 2 in the post-season. And Sin Furiyama with 10 goals. The two players on the pitch this afternoon. Unfortunately missing for Red Deer in Nationals, McKenna Leslie, 11 goals in the year, 4 assists as well. And Leslie, heartbreakingly for the second year, having an ACL injury in the penultimate game of the regular season and out and missing this year's Nationals. But she's cheering on from the sidelines, and she's going to cheer on this corner as Amino plays it out. It's going to get whipped in here from Lundell, but it's good block from Henry. Back out to Amino. Nice ball up to the byline. It's kept in well. It's cut back. Oh, it wasn't kept in. It just seemed to go over. Gone to the far side lineswoman. but good movement from Red Deer, and it's been a good start from both these teams. Both these sides will fancy their chances to get through this game, and both of them will also feel that they have a chance to potentially get a historic medal match-up on Saturday for the bronze. The Red Deer programme has had a good turnaround in the last couple of years, some good recruitment, some great coaching from head coach and general manager Maslar Pero, and starting to reap the effects this year, and it'll be interesting to see how the Queens push on from this for future campaigns to come. Still very much focused on this one though, as Miron cuts that one out, tries to get it out to Masters. As the only Bobcat to score at Nationals twice now, she is also a player that the Queens were going to have to watch out for. But Red Deer last night, a very solid defensive effort for them. They were only breached once, and it was by an absolute rocket from Jada Kammerman. Nothing Jessica Stewart could do about that. As she comes off her line to collect that ball that will just run through to her, and Stewart was tremendous last night. We spoke about her story if you weren't with us last night. She's the 5th year senior, but originally was in the programme from 2013 to 2016. Took a break, was a goalkeeping coach here at the Queens for a spell, came back for her senior year this year after a 9-year break, and was looking tremendous. And it's great experience as well for this side, when you need to have that little bit of experience when you're at a national championship. It's new to all of these Red Deer Queens players, and you never know how you act when you're on the national stage. Sometimes the nerves can get the better of you, and when you're the hosting team as well, there's that little bit of added pressure. But the Queens will know from their performance last night that they very much have what it takes to be medal contenders at this year's tournament. For one of these two teams, their medal hopes will be over for the championship, and they'll move into the 7th and 8th placement game tomorrow, where they will face off against Concordia Thunder, and neither of these teams want to be in that match. Henry up the wing for Miron, chase down Miron, gets the big block. Eric tried to get the clearance, but it bounced off Miron, and you can see the threat that she is. Mentioned she was part of the True Talent of Africa programme. She was part of that from 2024, was 2-time MVP with them, and also the Players' Player of the Year and top scorer. So a Swiss Army knife of talents for Deborah Miron. And a lot of what the Bobcats have done so far has been going through her, but that one just runs away for her. Now it's a chance for Grace Smith to bring this forward for the Queens. That's a nice ball forward. Furuyama stays on side. She's got the option of an Aragon in the middle if she wants it, but she goes herself and it's off the bar. A fantastic individual play there from Sin Furuyama, and she drops to her knees in anguish as the width of the crossbar keeping this one level in the 12th minute here at Setter's Place. Furuyama was excellent last night for Red Deer, and coming close again. Now a chance here for Grace Smith to get in on goal. And this is a good end-to-end quarter-final encounter, as you would want it to be. I always say when I'm commentating come post-season playoff time, championship time, if your journey ends for a medal, you want to feel that you've gone home having given it all and left everything on the pitch. You don't want any regrets, and both these teams certainly going for it just now. Corner though. Umino, it's a second corner of the day, gets this one back, and the flag going up for offside there. Umino, I felt, was onside, so I don't know if it was for the other player that was coming back, but it's been waved away by the referee, and now it's been given as a corner. So the third one of the afternoon for Red Deer. Amino again with the delivery. It's a high one to the edge of the 6-yard box, just over the head there of Eric. Van Aragon now tries to poke that inside. A good throw in up the wing, and it stays in as well for quite a distance before taking a bounce and running out and away from Grace Smith. Another senior on this side. 3 fifth years on this roster, and one of them is Smith, and she is sent crashing to the deck. That was a huge challenge that came in here, and I was wondering if we're going to see the first Yellow card of the game, and we do, and it goes the way of Mackenzie Boys. She's pleading her innocence. She felt it was a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Was it worthy of a yellow card this early? I'll leave those of you at home to make your mind up on that, but it was certainly a big collision that sent Grace Smith to the deck, and it brings up a free kick here for the Queens. 24 yards out from goal, and I think this is in ideal territory here. You might fancy Yuri Amino to take this. She's stepping away just now, although she might be coming back. 3 players currently standing over this one for the Queens as they try to see what they can conjure up here. Josie Black getting 5 players lined up in the wall in front of her. Black though giving up a lot to her right if they can get this into the top left corner here. It's definitely a good distance to get it up and over the wall. And it's played inside to Amino, and I think they needed to try and just go direct for that. As soon as you lay it off, the wall's going to come and close that down. That's what the Bobcats did there. That was a good, well-read play from the Bobcats' defence. Still under a bit of pressure though as the Queens try and turn up the pressure. Boys knocks this one away, and now Brogan Henry wearing the captain's armband this afternoon for the Bobcats. Tries to spark something up the right hand side. Decision goes the way though of the home side, and brings the Queens faithful to their feet. Furiyama tries to flick that up the wing and just can't keep that in. She really impressed me last night. First time we seen Furiyama play, the 3rd year from Kobe in Japan. You can see why she earned ACAC South All Conference honours this year. Smith, touch inside to Lundell. He just can't bring it down. The Bobcats get it clear. It's been all Queens for the last couple of minutes as they try and turn the pressure up here. And that just runs away from Amino, but falls nicely to Furiyama. She threads that through to Grace Smith. But the flag up very quickly on the far side. Josie Black quickly off her line to deal with that danger anyway. Josie Black, the Bobcats keeper, one of 5 seniors on Diego Rodriguez's roster. 4 4th years for the Bobcats as well, and 3rd year in a row that they have been at CCAA Nationals, so that experience will help them out. They've got that experience that the Queens players don't have on the national stage. But I know from speaking to people here at Red Deer, they're very confident of what this Queens team can be this season and beyond. As Black, don't see her kick out too much. Bobcats like to bring it out from the back, but I think they're trying to get some pressure off that defence, because it's wave after wave of Red Deer attack right now, and that's just misplayed there by Black, and it's out for the corner to Red Deer. Came out quickly to get it in the end when she saw the pace was off it, and it wasn't going to just naturally run out. But now we've got the fourth corner of the afternoon for the Red Deer Queens. Once again, Yuri Umino over on corner kick duty here. Again, played out to Lundell. Back to Umino. It's a good delivery into the box. It's bouncing about and it's tucked home by Kennedy Van Aragon tucks that one away. The number 18. It fell beautifully from there. Brandon unable to get the clearance. And Kennedy Van Aragon gets Red Deer Queens' first goal of the national campaign. And they lead in the 19th minute here in this bronze medal quarter-final matchup. They hit the bar in the 12th minute and they now get the breakthrough, and it's Kennedy Van Aragon. Van Aragon, the second year from Red Deer, scoring at home for her home college. And that is her fourth goal of the season. And the first one for the Queens in the 2025 Nationals. And you feel that they can push on now and add to that tally. It's been mostly Queens for the last 5 minutes, with a little spell where Brandon enjoyed a good spell of possession, but Red Deer dominating the early going here. Brandon did fall behind just today. They were only behind for 7 minutes before they found their dramatic leveller, and it was Keisha Masters that found it then. She picks the ball up on the wing here just now. Masters brings this one down, but it runs away from her, and Red Deer win it back. Grace Smith now. Lovely touch outside to Kauflesh. And the Queens putting the pressure on here. They'd love to get a quick second. Wouldn't be game over, but it would certainly give them a little bit of breathing space out there. But they've played a lovely game of football. Spinning away there is Kauflesh. Queens forced to move it back. They'll recycle it out to the other side now. It takes a fortunate bounce and now it comes out to the wing, to the goal scorer, Van Aragon. That'll bring the Red Deer crowd, already loud, even more into this game. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourselves, but speaking to somebody before this one got underway, you look at the path for the Queens and it is a favourable one through this game, through the potential bronze semi-final tomorrow, and I think you could very well, for the second year running, see the hosts at these CCA Nationals lose their first game but come back and be playing for bronze on the Saturday, and you know that would guarantee a massive crowd here at Setters Place. 12 o'clock kick-off local time for that one. Still a lot of football to be played before you get there. I do like to get ahead of myself. As the referee just having a little word there with Bobcats captain Brogan Henry. And we're past the midway point of a very fast-paced first half so far. It's been another enjoyable one. Both the Red Deer games so far have been some of the best games in the tournament. But turned over there by Amino. Bobcats now. Henry touches that inside. It just runs away though from a strike partner hold. Furayama, what a ball that is to Van Aragon. She's got a bit of space to pick out the pass. It comes to the back post, and Grace Smith meets it well, but just got too much on that, and it was high and over. Josie Black was scrambling across her goal to try and cut down the angle, but Grace just couldn't get onto the end of that one, and Smith fires over. Emino picks up in the middle of the puck. Another great diagonal ball out to Van Aragon, but this time the flag up on the far side. Clearly something that Maz Pero has seen in the scouting for this game, because these diagonal balls out to the wing is slicing through this Brandon defence, and it's creating chance after chance for Red Deer. And a giveaway there by the Bobcats, almost pounced upon by Furayama, but Mackenzie Boys over doing a good job to mop up the danger. Queens get the ball back though. Amino taking off her foot. Henry touches that forward to hold now, and maybe it's a chance here for Brandon to get something going. Out to Masters. She got the equaliser yesterday against the Huntsic. And winger hits the byline, can't stop that from running behind, and it's going to be a goal kick. Jessie Stewart's not had too much to do so far in that Red Deer goal. Very different story from last night when the Mariners were really taking the game and laying siege at times to this Queen's defence, but they held firm and they looked very good in doing so. And you saw the dangerous attacking threat from them last night, and you've seen it through the first 25 minutes of this one as well. 1 goal lead to Red Deer. A goal coming 90 minutes in from Kennedy Van Aragon. They've hit the crossbar as well, and they're very much in the ascendancy right now. Can't rest on their laurels though, or switch off for a moment when you're on the national stage, because you will be punished. But Brandon need to try and carve out some goal scoring opportunities now. But that's taken off their foot, and that is offside. Brandon's playing quite a high line at the back there, and it's caught the Queens out a couple of times. It's a dangerous game to play unless you're all on the same page, but thankfully for Brandon they have been so far. Deer just slowly moving it along their back line, closed down quickly though by Henry and the Bobcats. They have to settle for a throw in midway in their own half. Long ball just comes off the head of Furayama, but takes the last touch of Kaya Bray. Another long throw forward by Garnham. Inside to Grace Smith, who's been very lively in the first half here, and that's another ball out wide here for Furayama. Gets the better of Bray. Furayama throws herself to the ground there, nothing in that one, and not really any appeal either. But Red Deer up in the intensity again. This time it's a diagonal ball out to the right. Getting my number 11s mixed up there as Emily Dornez that was getting a torrid time there out on that wing. Kybray, obviously the Red Deer player. Touch inside. Lundell, it's another defence splitting pass to Van Aragon. Looking for a second, and that one goes wide. But those diagonal through balls are just cutting this Bobcats defence apart, and Emily Dornez is having a tough time out there as everything seems to be coming up on this left-hand side for Red Deer. And it's going to be the Queens that's going to make a substitution here. And it looks like it is Kaya Bray that is making way.
Player number 12, Jada Marquardt, coming on. Picking up number 11, Kaya Bray.
And coming on, Jada Marquardt. Kaya Bray did take that knock in the early stages of the match, and she's off the sidelines just now. Marquardt, who came on as a sub yesterday, back on the pitch, the second year, another Red Deer native. Nice movement on the edge of the box here from the Bobcats, but again the final ball to set up the chance just not there for Brandon right now. It's been a very entertaining second bronze quarter-final. If you want to get in touch during this broadcast and let us know where you're taking the action in from, chat about the game, these teams, or give a shout out to any of the players, you can get in touch on X at AFTN Canada, AFTN Canada, or AFTN Canada at hotmail.com if email is more your thing, and we'll get through your messages over the course of the game. We like to make these broadcasts interactive if you want to do so. I'm sure you are enjoying the action. We're already in game 6 of this national championship. And you've really got to admire the intensity that Red Deer's come into this. The shortest turnaround of any of the teams. Their game wrapped up at 7:30 last night, back on the pitch at 12:30 the following afternoon, and there's not showing any sign of tiredness just now. Whether they can keep this going though for the full 90 will be the interesting thing. They hope to still have another 2 matches to go at Nationals as well, and the chance now for Henry in for the Bobcats, and what defensive play. A great combination there between Stewart coming quickly off her line and Peyton Eric doing enough as she tracked back there, and Eric's the one that's come up in a little bit of pain. She did enough to put Brogan Henry off. It was just a little nudge in the back that stopped Henry getting the shot off. That allowed Jessica Stewart to come out and block that danger. But the best chance for the Bobcats so far. And they're going to make a double substitution here as they try to add a little bit of spark to the team as they try to get themselves back into this one. That will wait for now, as that throw-in comes to nothing for Brandon. We'll see if now we will get these Brandon substitutions. And indeed we are. So first one, Keisha Masters is making way, the number 6 for number 22, Abby Jo Wark. Also going off, number 10, Sarah Switzer. And coming on is number 4, Taryn
as well as
Bolin.
Number 4, Taryn Bolin. Coming in for number 10, Sarah Switzer.
Action back underway. We'll see if those 2 substitutions for the Bobcats can spark something. It's the best spell of pressure of the game so far for Brandon, as they look to get back on level terms here. They did it yesterday against the Hunsik. Can Lightning strike twice? Free kick opportunity coming up now for Red Deer. Just gets sent back a couple of yards. 50 yards out now as Lundell. Little touch inside for Amino, and she'll send this forward. And that's well won back by the Bobcats, but Eric mopping it up and getting onto the ball first. Amino again, lovely little touch inside. And that's a nice through ball for the midfielder, trying to get chased down. Jada Marquardt trying to chase that one down, unable to get on the end of it, and the Bobcats get it out and win a throw in as well. Maroon breaks up in the middle of the park. Now Boys has a chance to play this forward, and it runs through for Henry. Takes a touch to bring it out wide. She's got a couple of players up in support here. She's got Hold in the centre, but her cross can't find her, and it just runs behind for a Red Deer by kick. And that's going to run out for another Brandon throw-in midway in the Red Deer half. No one able to get a foot to clear it for the Queens, but they eventually do, and they get it up the field, and it might spark an attack in the process. Grace Smith, who's been excellent through this first 35 minutes. In her last year with the programme, she'd love to go out with a national medal. As that decision goes in the way of the Bobcats, and going down in a heap there, a little bit slow to get up, but she seems to be okay, as Paige Coughlin. Boys and Coughlin not shirking out of that challenge there, but it brings up a free kick right at the halfway line here for Brandon. They'll try and launch this deep into the Red Queen's box. It's flicked on dangerously, but no Bobcat can get on the end of it. I think it was Eric there that got her head in that, and it just ended up flicking it into the danger zone, but no harm done for the Queens. Brandon with a throw in here, inside to Miron, back out to Henry. Nice short interplay here, but that one just went behind Henry, and it's going to be out. I mean, to me that looked like the last touch came off the Brandon player, but it's going to be a Bobcats throw-in. Near side assistant referee right in the spot, maybe having a better look there. Furiyama flicks it in to Smith. She could do with a bit of support here, making the overlap and run is Marquardt. Smith trying to get herself back in the middle, and I tell you, she was held off really well there by Regan Garnham. Didn't let Smith get past her to run into that. The pass too close to Josie Black anyway, and the Brandon keeper deals with that, and a big kick up the field as well. She's got the wind at her back in this half, and certainly helps the keepers with those kick-outs. Last 10-15 minutes has been the best spell of the game for Brandon, but still not able to carve out that goal scoring opportunity. Red Deer with a chip, and it's a second! And this time it is Paige Coughlesh. But 27-28 yards out, a delightful chip over the head of Josie Black, and the Queens get the second goal they were looking for, and their pressure pays off here, and it's Red Deer Queens 2, Brandon Bobcats 0, and Red Deer have 1 foot in tomorrow's bronze medal semi-final.
Goal scored for the Queens, this time by number 10, Paige Coughlesh.
That is going to give Red Deer a little bit of breathing space now. They can play a little bit more freely. They'll look to push on now. If they can get a third or a fourth, it might give Maz Pero the chance to rest some of his key players ahead of that semi-final tomorrow. They're not there yet though, and Brandon need to get the next goal to keep their medal hopes alive, or they'll be in the 7th, 8th placement game tomorrow, facing off against Concordia Thunder. The Queen subs warming up at the far side as well. Maspero won't want to make too many changes just yet, but a third goal might make that job a little more comfortable for him as Van Aaregen tries to bulldoze her way through. Oh, fantastic play there from Olivia Lundell. Oh, and almost threads that through as well. That would have been a fantastic through ball to play in Smith, but cut out well by this Bobcats backline. We're into the last 5 here in Red Deer, and it's the hosting Queens, 2 goals to the good. Both these teams know that they will be in action tomorrow. Queens also want to be in action on Saturday afternoon as well, and playing for a first ever NCAA medal.
Good job, Ken, good job. Yes, there we go,
Coughlesh touches that back, it just runs away though from Amino. Hold picks it up now, Miron's got a chance, she's got 3 players up with her, tries to play it back inside to Hold, and it just runs away, and Henry can't get on it either. The Bobcats pushing though in the last 3 minutes of the half. If they can get one before the break, it'll make a much different half-time team talk and game plan for the second half for both of these sides. Haven't really forced a save in anger yet out of Jessie Stewart though. Maybe they will from this corner. It's a high one. There's a 6-yard box, is off the bar. Flashing header coming in there from Emily Dornez. And that's the closest the Bobcats have come to pulling one back here. It was a good delivery in from Kennedy Jansen. And the flashing header beat Stewart. Couldn't beat the woodwork though. And the Queen's 2 gold lead stays intact. That diagonal ball again, looking to try and play in Van Arigen. This time though, Gonzalez Castillo over to knock it out for the throw-in. Into the last 2, there'll be a little bit of stoppage time as well. 1-2 minutes at the most, I would feel. And the loose ball falls to Smith, and she meets it nicely but can't direct it in on goal. I think Josie Black would have had it covered anyway. And Black seems to have gone down hard there and is a little bit slow in getting up. Just stretching things out. The 5th year keeper from Minnetonka's Manitoba. Into the last minute of a very entertaining first half. Amino tries to thread that through. It's cut out by the Bobcat. Smith picks up the loose ball. Lundell now. Through ball here for Van Arigen to chase onto, and she gets it as well. Black came out to meet it, but Van Arigen gets the first touch, and it's her second of the game, and it gives the Red Deer Queens a 3-goal advantage before the break, and they are now very much looking ahead to tomorrow's bronze medal semi-final. It was a lovely through ball, and Kennedy Van Arigen still had a lot of work to do. She got on to the end of it, and an important first touch took it past the advancing Josie Black, and it's Red Deer Queens 3, Brandon Bobcats 0. And what a first half this has been for Red Deer.
This time scored by number 18, Kennedy Van Aragon, with her second goal of the match.
Van Arigen's second goal of the afternoon. She got the first, she got the third. Paige Kauflesh getting the one in between. Bobcats though still pushing here to see if they can maybe reduce the deficit back to 2 as we move into stoppage time. And there goes the half-time whistle blown by referee Shaylin Holdaway, and what a first half it has been for Red Deer Queens. 3 goals to the good in this bronze quarter-final, and looking good to move into tomorrow's bronze semi-final matchup and a date with destiny against the MSV Mystics or the Garneau team from Quebec City. It's been a tremendous first half, a pair of goals for Kennedy Van Arigen, one in between by Paige Kauflesh. That has Red Deer 3-0 up at the half. Remember, you can support Red Deer Kings and Queens Soccer and their Student Athlete Scholarship Programme, and you can also win big in the process. Scan the QR code on the screen just now to purchase a raffle ticket for your chance to win a round-trip flight for 2 to any regularly scheduled WestJet destination. Scan that QR code or head to rdpolytechathletics.ca/5050 to purchase your raffle tickets before November the 9th. Someone has to win. It might just be you. Also, like to thank the major sponsors for this year's CCAA Nationals: Holiday Inn, Tourism Red Deer and Pattison Media. Their generous support has made this week happen. Thanks to all of them for their continued support of Red Deer Polytechnic and women's soccer. We'll be back for the second half of this one. The Queens very much in control. Join us in 15 minutes.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by the Holiday Inn, presenting sponsor of the 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships. Big 105, home of the Big Breakfast Show with Jamie and B. 1067 Rewind Radio. Wake up to the morning rewind with Matt and Ted. RD News Now, Red Deer's credible information leader and most trusted digital news source in Central Alberta. Visit rdnewsnow.com. Tourism Red Deer, major sponsor of the 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships.
With 4imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Sport Canada, major funding partner of the CCAA and the CCAA National Championships.
Partenaire financier majeur de la CSC et des championnats de la CSC.
Derby Star, official soccer ball of the CCAA National Championships.
Ballon officiel des championnats canadiennes de la CSC.
And Verburn, official medical supply partner of the CCAA National Championships.
Partenaire officiel des fournitures médicales aux championnats de la CSC.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Soccer X, powered by One Team Sports Group, presenting sponsor of the All Canadians.
Commanditaire principal des athlètes par excellence pan-canadien.
Jostens, official championship award ring provider of the CCAA and presenting sponsor of the CCAA Coach and Player of the Year.
Fournisseur officiel des bagues de la CSC, commanditaire de présentation des entraîneurs et des joueuses de l'année.
And 4imprint, presenting sponsor of the Players of the Match.
Commanditaire de présentation des joueuses du match.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Huddle, official CCAA video exchange partner of the CCAA.
Partenaire officiel de L, échange de vidéos de l'ACSC.
And Canada Soccer, national sport organization partner of the CCAA.
Organisme national de sport partenaire officiel de l'ACSC.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Red Deer Polytechnic Alumni Association, Red Deer Bottling, United Rentals, and Thrive Fluid Management.
Hi, I'm Matt Veers, President of Verburn Medical Supply. Verburn is proud to be the official medical supply partner of the CCAA and the National Championships. Be sure to shop online at verburn.com and take advantage of our school rebate program. Follow us on social media for monthly specials. We wish all the best to this year's participating teams and athletes at the National Championships, and thank you for your continued support.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Bearcom, always on. Special Event Rentals, Central Alberta's premier rental provider. Bo's Bar and Stage, eat, drink, think local. And Boston Pizza, 3 convenient locations in Red Deer. The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by North Star Sports, Gear Up, and Stand Out. Red Deer City Soccer Association, seeing participants reach their full potential. And the Brent Sutter Sports Medicine Center.
Productivity is what drives us. It's our ability to look at the world and see opportunities, to innovate and design solutions, to unite people with a shared purpose, to make our communities better, healthier, stronger. At Red Deer Polytechnic, productivity is powered by people and purpose.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by The Holiday Inn, presenting sponsor of the 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships. Big 105, home of the Big Breakfast Show with Jamie and B. 1067 Rewind Radio. Wake up to the morning rewind with Matt and Ted. RD News Now, Red Deer's credible information leader and most trusted digital news source in Central Alberta. Visit rdnewsnow.com. Tourism Red Deer, major sponsor of the 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships.
With 4imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Sport Canada, major funding partner of the CCAA and the CCAA National Championships.
Partenaire financier majeur de la CSC et des championnats de la CSC.
Derby Star, official soccer ball of the CCAA National Championships.
Ballon officiel des championnats canadiennes de la CSC.
And Verburn, official medical supply partner of the
Don't forget to grab your CCAA Championships apparel. Get it before it's gone. Located in the large tent at the north end of the field. Not open? Scan the QR code to purchase online and pick up at the table on Friday or Saturday.
Welcome back to Setters Place, Red Deer, Alberta, for our second bronze quarterfinal matchup, and it's the hosts, the Red Deer Queens, very much in the ascendancy. An absolutely stunning first half performance and display from them, 3 goals to the good, and it's going to give head coach Maz Pero a chance to make a couple of substitutions for this second half. Making way is number 12, Jada Marquardt, and coming on at number 17, Kyra Remicki. Also coming on, a change of goalkeeper. Jessie Stewart making way. Didn't have a lot to do in the first half, it has to be said, but coming on is Jana Leskovic. 2 substitutions for Brandon as well. Number 16, Holly McPherson Blair. Coming on, along with number 20, Bean Van Berkel. There'll just be a slight delay to the start of the second half as there's a slight hole in the side netting. Probably from all the overuse in that first half. Abigail Wark, one of the players making way from Brandon. She'd come on as a sub towards the end of that first half. But we'll see if Bean Van Berkel can add some spark to this Bobcats attack. Van Berkel, the 22-year-old from The Hague in the Netherlands. 5th year senior with this Bobcats team. She's got 21 goals in her Brandon career just now, as we're going to have a slight delay to start this second half as we get some net alterations done, so we'll be back shortly with you.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Red Deer Polytechnic Alumni Association, Red Deer Bottling, United Rentals, and Thrive Fluid Management.
Hi, I'm Matt Veers, President of Verburn Medical Supply. Verburn is proud to be the official medical supply partner of the CCAA and the National Championships. Be sure to shop online at verburn.com and take advantage of our school rebate program. Follow us on social media for monthly specials. We wish all the best to this year's participating teams and athletes at the National Championships, and thank you for your continued support.
The 2025 CCAA Women's Soccer Championships are brought to you by Bearcom, always on. Special Event Rentals, Central Alberta's premier rental provider. Bo's Bar and Stage, eat, drink, think local. And Boston Pizza, 3 convenient locations in Red Deer.
The net repairs are done and we're back underway here at Setters Place in Red Deer for the second half. The Queens looking to see this one out. Brandon have to be offensive. Their medal hopes are on the line. They just have to go for it in these second 45 minutes. They want to leave everything out there. They don't want to have any regrets that they could have done this, could have done that. They also have to keep their defensive shape, so I mean that is also easier said than done here. But they do have key attacking pieces. They just need to find a way through this very resolute Queen's defence. Miron should have a good first half for Brandon. Bean Van Berkel now, half-time sub, sprays that one out to the wing, to Garnham. Skips past Kofflesh but over Remecki. Big foot in to knock that away. Brandon starting on the front foot as they need to do, as Henry tries to drag that to the outside but just runs that over the byline, and it's going to be out for a Red Deer goal kick. Can hear the wind in the pitch side mics as well as it springs up a little bit, still going from left to right. And I think that one's in the pond. Don't want to be the person that has to go and pick that one out on this. It's a warmish day, still 4 degrees down at pitch level. Actual temperature and feels like temperature as well. Brogan Henry brings that down, doesn't get enough on the pass inside though, and Kofflesh wearing the captain's armband for the Queens and getting on the score sheet as well this afternoon. And that's going to bring up the first corner of the second half, and it goes the way of Red Deer. Emino over on corner kick duty once again. And a long range shot and off the right post. What a strike that was from Olivia Lundell. Falls to Emino, it's a good cross into the back, and it's tucked away at the back post. what a cross that was in from Amino. And 4 minutes into the second half, it's Red Deer Queens 4, Brandon Bobcats 0. I'll just await confirmation of the goal scorer. As our mass of bodies went for the ball there, I didn't quite see who got the connection, but we'll get that confirmation and bring that to you shortly. Red Deer still pushing for more here. Chance for Van Aragon with the quick break. Queens still battling Furuyama. Broken up though by Miron. Bobcats having to go all the way back to their keeper though, and Black's clearance just falls there to Coughlin. She can't direct that and target, and that is just wide. Not the start of the second half Brandon were hoping for, and they're just going to have to play freely now and see where they can get out of this game. It looks like they are destined for the 7th, 8th placement game. 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Red Deer are marching on into the bronze medal semi-finals and a date with
last
destiny.
Goal scored for the Queens, scored by number 9, Sane Furuyama.
And it was Sane Furuyama that got the goal for Red Deer, just getting the confirmation there. Her first goal of the tournament. And a heavy challenge going in there on Henry, who's down in all sorts of pain right in front of the commentary booth here. Some treatment coming on here for Brogan Henry, and the players will head off while Henry gets some attention here. Brogan Henry back on her feet in a lot of pain though as she comes off. She landed really heavily on the turf there, getting helped off at the near side here. I think she may have just hit really hard as she hit the deck here. It is cold and frosty overnight here in Red Deer, so it's going to be a little bit of a rock hard pitch. Even though it's getting up to 4 degrees, it will still have a little bit of hardness to it. But I think that is the end of the day for Brogan Henry as she gets helped straight back into the dressing room. So we wish her all the very best. Such a talented and key player for this Brandon side, but obviously her health the most important thing. Brandon for now down 10 as the ball comes into Furuyama, just runs away behind her. Bobcats will make a substitution at the next stoppage, which might be about to come now as the ball bounces out, and Henry's replacement is number 22 Abby Jo Wark, who came on in the first half, went off at the half and is now back on for the second half here. Wark a second year and a forward with 3 goals on the season. Scored the third and last goal in the Bobcats 3-0 win championship game as Furuyama getting a shot in that didn't really have a lot of power to test Black too much. Miron breaks up in the middle of the park. She's been excellent for the Bobcats throughout today. Long throw in up the field, it bounces away. Lundell chasing it down, little touch in the back, cuts it back to Furuyama, who can't spin, gets the shot off now, but she needed to try and hit that first time, but it was just running agonisingly behind her. And her head in her hands as she feels she could have got a second and a fifth there for the Queens. Powering forward once again, Red Deer. Peyton Eric just overruns up, it's won back by the Queens. Brandon now get a chance to go forward. Works in acres of space here on the left, but they decide to go to hold on the right hand side. First time delivery in to Wark. She stumbles, picks herself up, tries to get on the end of it. And Fitzsimmons will just get this one clear. Red Deer substitution coming up, and 4 goals to the good. This is the ideal opportunity for Maz Pero to rest some of his key performers out there, get some first minutes, maybe even in nationals for some of the fringe players that haven't played, because you never know when they might be called upon in a game, and everyone wants to have their nationals experience as well and get some minutes on the pitch. Through ball getting chased down by Hold. Just sandwiched out of that one between Renecki and Fitzsimmons. Queens, at least 2, potentially 3 players were offside there, so they tried to hold their line, but Brandon keeping their line very good. And they have played a high line today. They've caught the Queens offside on a few occasions. But it's these killer through balls from Red Deer that has really tested this Brandon defence. Some very well taken goals by Red Deer through the first hour, and dangerous play along the back there. Almost pounced upon by Furuyama.
Coming on for the Queens.
Substitution for Red Deer.
Carol
Lord, the number 2, coming on for her first appearance at the 2025 Nationals. Lord, a third-year defender, immediately taking up the right-back position. Into the 60th minute here. And Red Deer will just want to see this one out, stay free and clear of any injuries as well. And then they will have 24 hours, 22 hours I guess, to prepare. Actually, they'll have more than 24 hours because it's the game tomorrow's at 3 o'clock. So they will have 24 hours to prepare for a bronze semi-final, where they will take on the loser of the first gold medal semi-final that comes up next between Elan de Garneau and the MSV Mystics from Halifax. Given away there by Gonzalez Castillo. And just muscled off the ball there by Boys, who doesn't want to complain too much here. She's already on a yellow card. Kennedy Van Arigen sent crashing to the deck. As the hour mark ticks by here. And Yuru Amino on set piece duty once again. Some of her deliveries today have been absolutely pinpoint. And it was the Japanese connection that connected for that fourth goal. What we get here, Amino just decides to go straight for goal in the end. Brandon will still show her and fight to the end of this one. They've already got one goal this week. They're looking to see they can at least reduce the deficit here with 1 or 2 consolations. But it's Van Arigen again powering forward here for Red Deer, and the shot in at the near post, and that's easily dealt with by Josie Black. Slight misplay there from Tarnballen, trying to get that up the wing, but it's just out for another throw in here to Red Deer. Lord can't stop that one from coming off her head and going out. Hold, little back heel, trying to play that in to Wark. Good movement here, Miron gets the loose ball. Can she get the shot? She's closed down superbly there. Excellent defensive play there from Ava Ballon. And now, quick transition play here for Red Deer. Van Arigen forced to hold it up. Touch inside to Amino, back to Van Arigen here. She's on the hat-trick, and she almost gets it off the bar in the 64th minute. And this time it is tucked in. A fantastic finish, and this is second off the game for Paige Coughlin. 2 tremendous finishes from Paige this afternoon. That one getting on the rebound as it crashed off the bar, and it's a curler into the top left corner And it's 2 goals apiece for Van Arigen and Kofflesh. 2 players now on hat-tricks for the Red Deer. And the Queens are running rampant here. They've gone nap. It's 5 goals to the good. And they are very much in tomorrow's bronze medal semi-final. Even the dog approves.
Another goal for the Queens. With her second goal, number 10, Paige Kofflesh.
What a performance this has been from Red Deer. I'll tell you, whoever they end up facing in that semi-final tomorrow is not going to want to face this rampant attack and this very stingy defence. And for an unranked team, a chance to get to Saturday's bronze medal match very much on the cards here. They played an excellent game last night against VIU. Weren't able to find a way past Caden Thorpe, and that put them into this game as they make another substitution here. Going off for Red Deer is Grace Smith, who has had a tremendous game, really ran herself into the ground out there, tremendous in the first half, and coming on. Jada Marquardt is back on the pitch, and you'd expect her to see out the last 25 minutes of this one. With those
substitution for the Queens
5 goals as well.
Number 12, Jada Marquardt.
It's like you want to look ahead to tomorrow's semi-final, and to do that you'd maybe want to take Kennedy Van Arigen off, you might want to take Paige Kofflesh off. But at the same time, they're both on hat-tricks. You kind of want to leave them out there to try and get that hat-trick. And it's maybe better to just keep those legs moving out there, keep them fresh, and not use too much energy. But they are going to be 2 forces to be reckoned with in tomorrow's semi-final. Be sure the Mystics and Garneau are going to be watching this, and they will not relish playing Red Deer tomorrow. They're going to want to get a chance to play for gold in that first gold medal semi-final coming up at 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 Pacific. And another substitution here, and making way, Peyton Eric, number 15 coming on is number 13, Kira McIntosh.
Number 13,
and it's her
Kira
first
McIntosh.
appearance of Nationals as well. Talking about that next game that is coming up between Mount St Vincent and Garneau. Apologies for that, did Paul just hit our mic down at pitch level if you were disrupted by the noise, as I certainly was. Brought me to life here in the commentary booth. But what I was going to say there, Mount St Vincent Mystics and Elan de Garneau, well, both feel they've got a chance to win that game and play for gold on Saturday. Hard to really pick who you've got in that game, because Garneau impressed yesterday against Concordia. Mystics played out of their skins to get past St Clair, and they put in a really good showing as well, and were good defensively. Garneau's probably slightly going into it as the very slight favourites, but Red Deer will feel that whoever they get as the loser for that game in tomorrow's bronze semi-final, that they will have the taking off them, and it'll also be a shorter turnaround for one of those teams as well. A lot of exciting football still to go this week in Red Deer. It's been a good 2025 Nationals so far. We're past the midway point of Game 2 on Day 2. That's a nice ball here for Van Aaregen to chase down. Last touch just coming off the 2-goal hero. But the throw in from Bandon just broken up by Red Deer. Rumeki just runs away from Amino. Tell you, the committee that picks the player of the game is going to have a tough one when it comes to the Red Deer players. So many top performances out there all over the pitch, and Yuri Omino, 1 assist this afternoon, but she has done so much work in the middle of that pitch for the Queens. The rookie from Kobe in Japan. As the wind picks up a little bit more, as we get set to move into the last 20 minutes of this second bronze quarterfinal. Miron on the edge of the box. She's my Brandon player of the game right now. No room for Denez to go forward. Brandon will try on the other side now. The crossfield ball actually through the middle, trying to play in Holt. She's in on goal here. Couldn't quite bring it down. It wasn't the first touch that Georgia Holt was looking for. And another Queens player goes down, trying to prevent that one coming off. Trainer not coming on just yet here, but now the trainer is getting waved on, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes in this one. We're back, and fortunately that is the end of the afternoon for Zoe Fitzsimmons. Red Deer's number 7 getting helped off here.
Subbing into the game for the Queens, number 19, Bryce Hanisic.
And Bryce Hanisic, the rookie from Red Deer, coming on for her hometown college. 8 players on this Queens roster from Red Deer itself, and a chance here for Hanisic to get her first minutes in her rookie season with the Queens. And it's not bad to get your first Nationals minutes in your first year with the team. Featured in 13 games over the regular season as well. Still to get her first goal or assist, the defender. Maybe today is going to be the day. So a makeshift centre-back pairing from what started this game. And you have to feel that injury is Fitzsimmons. You can probably, well, you can't quite see it in camera frame just now, but you'll see shortly having to get helped off around the corner flag on the left hand side. Not really able to put too much weight on her own in that, so won't speculate for tomorrow, but that looks a tough one for Fitzsimmons. And now if you're Maz Pero, you're kind of weighing up your options here as to who do you want to keep on. You don't want any injuries, and especially on the defensive side where you feel defences are going to be key in tomorrow's bronze semi-final. Good movement for Brandon, doesn't come to anything though, as Dornez can get onto this, and Emily Dornez has had a really good second half for Brandon. She's been getting up and down that right wing after giving a little bit of a torrid time defensively in the first half. And you can just see on screen just now Fitzsimmons being helped to that Queen's Bench. Amino now touches it forward to Van Aragon, one of two Red Deer players on a hat-trick here as we move into the last 15 minutes. And there's been a couple of stoppages in this second half, so there'll be a bit of a whack of second half stoppage time. Miron pokes it out wide, looking for Garnham. Almost flicked on by Van Berkel. And threaded through, looking to try and play that into Dornez, but grabbed by Jana Leskovic, who, much like Jessie Stewart in the first half, hasn't really had too much action to do out there. Keeps them both fresh for tomorrow's semi-final. Nice turn by Dornez. Can't keep this one in though. She certainly looked lively, as I mentioned, in this second half, the senior. 4 years with Brandon for Dornez. Had a rookie season with St Boniface Les Rouges out in Quebec. And the clearance there, cannoning off Abby Jo Wark from Jana Leskovic. Could have gone anywhere, but Brandon trying to keep the pressure on the closing minutes here, looking for a goal. A little bit of consolation. Dornez skips inside, gets the ball back here from Hode. Good delivery in from Dornez, and Miron cleared out by her own player there, and the decision going against as well, as she also sent Cara Lord crashing to the deck. Abigail Wark and Miron sandwiching Lord there in the end, and a good opportunity goes a begging there for the Bobcats. Love to hear Taryn Ballin, the number 4 for Brandon there, just barking out orders, leading at the back like a good vocal player. Barron, one of the older players on this Bobcat side, the 4th year from Regina. Van Berkel, tallest player on this Brandon side at 5'11". The Dutch girl pokes it forward to Miron. Out once again to Dornez. She was looking for the overlapping run that didn't come and had to turn inside in the end. best spell possession in the last few minutes in the second half for the Bobcats. But Cauflesh up the pitch to Van Arigen. The two players with 2 goals apiece, linking up inside to Amino, and she just can't bring it down. It just runs away from Yuri and out for a goal kick. And she's been so good this afternoon. It'd be nice to get a little reward for all her effort. She has an assist to her name. But a real midfield dynamo for Red Deer. Oh, and Amino nearly cuts that one out as well, as Brandon build out from the back. Mackenzie Boys now. Still Boys taking off her feet though. Lindell forward to Amino, and that just runs away from her as she turns. Lindell again with the break-up tackle. And Olivia Lindell impressed in the 2 games so far. I mentioned last night about the different coloured boots, as you can kind of see there as well. I was asking about that, and there's no particular reason that she has the different coloured boots, just something that she does. Certainly a fun and unique look. Into the last 10 now. 10 minutes for Red Deer to see out and then get a chance to rest before a big bronze semi-final tomorrow. I'm sure they'll watch the next game with interest to see who they are going to be playing. Whether they'll do it live in person or back at the hotel, we'll wait and see. All they know is they are going to be facing the MSVU Mystics from Halifax or Elan de Garneau from Quebec City. One of those teams will be in the bronze semi-final. One will be playing for gold on Saturday afternoon. Last year we had an all RSEQ final, Quebec being strong. Are we in for the same this year, or is someone going to shake things up? The Mystics and VIU Mariners from Vancouver Island, the team's hoping to do that. Dornez now, again hitting the byline, and I've got to say, her play in the last few minutes, I've got Emily Dornez right up there for me with Deborah Miron as my Brandon players of the game. And after one of them wins the corner, the second is about to take the corner here, as we will get a substitution. And as soon as I give praise there for Emily Dornez, that is her day done out there. She will make way for Brandon, and Kaylee Dittmer will come on for the last 8 minutes and change here. And there might be quite a bit of change, it has to be said. Dittmer taking position in the 6-yard box as this corner is going to come in from Miron. Gets off the head of Abby Jo Wark. She can't direct that in on goal. Garnham tries to get on it at the back of the box, but it's cleared by the Queens. Out for a Brandon throw-in. They'll try and keep this pressure on here as they look for some consolation. And Mackenzie Boys just taking a heavy challenge there and coming up limping.
Just on the whistle, yellow.
Brandon keeping Red Deer penned deep in their half in the closing moments. Van Berkel just with a heavy return pass, can't keep that one from going out. And the Queens chase the ball down here. Cara Lord, nice long throw forward, just over the head though of Van Arigen, who'd got a little push in her back there for her trouble there from Taryn Ballon. And Lundell trying the audacious shot there. She's got the wind at her back, so worth a try putting it on to Josie Black. We've already seen a fantastic long range goal from Kofflesh for the second goal in this game. And that kick out there just running away from Brandon. Red Deer, they've got 5, they're pushing for more, but the Bobcats get it clear. Not for too long though, as it's broken up, taken away from Hode. Ava Ballon with a big challenge coming in there. And another big challenge coming in there from Kofflesh. The captains led by example out there for Red Deer. Win the captain's armband this second half. Remember to stay tuned at the end of this one for the player of the game presentations for both these teams, and the other Michael will be down at pitch level with an interview on the Red Deer's Queens player as a yellow card comes out there and brandished in the direction of Olivia Lundell. Into the final 4. Brandon would like some late consolation here. Taking off the foot though, and Miron back, breaking this one up once again. Ball on, bringing this one forward, gets a return pass up the wing, getting closed down here by Garnham. Good delivery into the box, and it just bounces away there dangerously from Kira McIntosh, but Brandon can't punish it. Bobcats can't stop that one from running out, and it's going to be a throw-in. There'll be a fair few minutes time to get added on at the end of this one. Boys now for Brandon, that's chipped forward. Walk trying to get on the end of it, but quickly off her line there is Jana Leskovic. Will be interesting to see who gets the player of the game nominations for both these teams at the end of this one. We'll have the presentation and the interview with the Red Deer's player. Ballon, out to Kofflesh, nice touch inside, it's forward to Van Arigen. Umino now played in, the flag up on the near side. I thought that was going to be the moment for Yuri Umino. in on goal, and you would have fancied her to put that one away, but denied by the near side assistant referee. Into the last minute now. Nice touch to the outside. Red Deer still pushing for more here. And it's been a clinical performance. They've really put Brandon to the sword out there. And they'll now head into tomorrow's bronze medal semi-final. Absolutely brimming with confidence. It's been a great day of football in action so far, and with 2 more games to come. The gold medal semi-finals coming up at 3 and 5:30 local time. And the referee just bringing an end to this one. No time, not too much time getting added on, and it's been a comfortable, deserved and clinical 5-0 victory for the hosts, the Red Deer Queens. 2 goals apiece for Kennedy Van Aragon and Paige Kofflesh. Sane Furiyama getting on the score sheet as well, and they will now move on to tomorrow's bronze medal semi-final, where they will take on the winner of, or the loser, of MSVU Mystics or the Elan de Garneau. That game is coming up at 3 o'clock, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with a Player of the Game presentation.
I don't need no hit song. We don't need ID, low bro 17 in the club and scrolling TikTok. F's just saw him, I'll pick one. Which one? Who do you want, bro? Pick one. If I shoot my shot, I'll hit one. Matter of time till I get them all ticked off. Alright, we could go ban for ban. Yeah, we can go M for M. $250,000 for the Maybach truck. Double R with the factory rims. I got the 90 years, the verge, the bribes, I'm really with that. It's got to the point that I don't even care. I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear. Bro, I do it for some shoes and some clothes. You'll see what it'll do for a necklace. Right, sure, look like a spider. It's crawling $1 on just the accessories. She made me want to go harder. I like go harder. I think I'm obsessed with her. Damn, birthday gift from the worst, so he had to wish. I get right under their skin. I don't even try. I guess I can't help it. I'ma have love for bro for life. We talking now. I step it. Of course you could beat me at talking. Ain't no back and forth.
The player of the match is selected by a committee for outstanding play during today's game.
Welcome back to the Player of the Game presentation, brought to you by 4 Imprint. And for this presentation, it's going to be presented by a very historic figure, Krista Dellert, the very first head coach of the Red Deer Queens team. They started in 1990. They played exhibition series before going into an unsanctioned league, and now look at them, they are heading in all these years later, 25 years later, into a bronze semi-final and a chance to medal at Masters, at Nationals for the first time. And the Brandon Bobcats Player of the Game, it's the one that I had pegged to win that award. It's number 18, Deborah Meron. Very well deserved. She was outstanding for the Bobcats this afternoon. Little midfield dynamo from Nairobi in Kenya, and a very well deserved winner there. And for the Red Deer Queens, a lot of good contenders for this, but it goes to the 2-goal captain, Paige Kofflesh. Another well-deserved award there for Paige Kofflesh. 2 goals, 2 crucial goals, and led the team from the front today. Her and Kennedy Van Aragon, absolutely fantastic. Remember, you can take part in the WestJet prize raffle by scanning the QR code on the screen, and you could win big, a trip for 2 to anywhere regularly that WestJet fly. Scan the QR code or head to rdpolytechathletics.ca 4imprint.com/5050. You've got till November 9th to purchase your tickets. Make sure you do that. Someone has to win. It could be you. Also want to recognise our major sponsors for this year's tournament: Holiday Inn, Tourism Red Deer and Pattison Media. Thanks to all of them for their generous support. Stay tuned. We will have an interview with Paige Coughlesh down on pitch level. The other Michael will be down on the pitch to get that done. And I will be back for the game at 3 o'clock. We will also be chatting to Coach Maz Pero as well.
Hi, I'm Matt Veers, President of Fairburn Medical Supply. Fairburn is proud to be the official medical supply partner of the CCAA and the National Championships. Be sure to shop online at fairburn.com and take advantage of our school rebate program. Follow us on social media for monthly specials. We wish all the best to this year's participating teams and athletes at the National Championships, and thank you for your continued support.
Productivity is what drives us. It's our ability to look at the world and see opportunities, to innovate and design solutions, to unite people with a shared purpose, to make our communities better, healthier, stronger. At Red Deer Polytechnic, productivity is powered by people and purpose.
With 4imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint
Hello and thank you for tuning in to the NCAA Women's Soccer Nationals here in Red Deer. My name is Michael Moore and I am joined by number 10 Paige Kalflesh, the player of the match here. And I just want to ask you a couple questions. So you got a couple of goals today. Could you walk us through both of those goals and what you were thinking in those moments?
The build-up was great. Our team, I think, just right through the back, the passes through just really gave me a good chance to get both of those shots.
So much. And so you've worked all season to get here with your team. How does it feel to play on this stage here at Nationals?
Feels awesome. A lot of the girls are from here, so for them to have the chance to play in front of their home fans is amazing. Our team has definitely had quite the journey to get here. We did win bronze, so I think we do have a spot here, and I think we showed that today. We're playing for a couple of our players that got injured, so I think it's really special that we pulled off a win today.
It definitely is true. And just one last quick question. What is your mindset going into this next match?
We want that bronze medal, so we're going to push to the end here, and hopefully we can end up getting that.
And I'm just going to ask your coach here a couple of questions as well. Perfect. Thank you, Paige. Awesome. Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
Good. All right, so now I'm joined here by head coach for the Queens, Maz Peiro. There you go, Coach. And I just had a couple of questions for you. So what was your message to the Queens just before kickoff here to start off the match?
In the locker room, we talked about taking care of business early. So we said this is a 2-0 game, 2-0 for them at the start of the game, and we need to take care of it right away, catch up, and continue on from there. So we played like we were down, and we needed to come back to win.
Right on. That's a good way to go in. Next question is, what does this performance say about the Queens' character overall?
This shows, it's tough, right? It's after so many games in a season, there's some injuries and stuff. You're dealing with some sore muscles and everything, and it shows that they can just play right through that and be bigger than they are and play together as a team in a form of togetherness, and it shows. It shows on the pitch.
Absolutely. And our final question here is, what does it mean for the Queens soccer program and the Red Deer community to be hosting nationals here?
This is big. This is big for us, especially this is about 6 years in the works of developing our team to get to this kind of stage, right? And it shows a lot for our institution. They're behind us the whole way, which has been good, and it's big for our program. We're drawing in some players now that are looking at RDP for the future, and so I think the future of our team is strong. It's good for youth soccer too. It's a pathway for youth soccer through RDCSA, which has been a strong program for us. We have a lot of great players from them, and we hope the growth still continues to grow from them, and it comes straight up through us, so it's been good.
I love that. Yes, you guys are setting a great foundation. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for your time, and I hope you guys are ready for the next game. All right, good luck. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you guys at the next match. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.